team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawg.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I think this is gonna probably be one of my best videos yet. I feel like it's only right because I was like scrolling through my analytics the other day, and I realized that my best videos is Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Magic Johnson. So I was taking notes like, okay, like I think I should start reacting to these guys a little bit more, that's probably who I react to the most anyways. But then I get on YouTube and I see this video. NBA legends and players share amazing stories about Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. So let's get into this video, man. But before we do, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 10K. Shout out to y'all, man. I really appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel, whether you a Michael Jordan fan, Larry Bird fan, Magic Johnson fan, or just an NBA throwback fan. Because as you can see, if you've been in tune with my channel, I react to a lot of old school basketball. Like, I'm a young head, you know, compared to some of the older people. And I think people kind of respect that I'm going back and looking at the 80s and the 90s and 2000s basketball just to see how much different it is in today's game. And it was way different. It was completely different, man. So I appreciate all of y'all that appreciate me doing it. So let's get into this video, man. This is gonna be a longer video too. This video is like 30 minutes long. It's like 30 minutes long. So we're gonna have some fun with this, man. So go grab some popcorn, your favorite candy, your favorite chips, like whatever gonna get you to get through this video, man. Go grab that and then come back to the video, man. But let's get into it. We got NBA legends and players share amazing stories about Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. Let's get it.
Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird were prominent figures that brought the NBA to a new height of popularity. And many NBA fans alive during that time will call it the golden age of basketball.
Legends!
All three of these legends elevated the game to levels people didn't think possible. And their unique personalities reeled people in.
They said that Magic and Bird saved the NBA. And Michael Jordan just made that joint global. Like, so you gotta appreciate Magic and Bird, because without them, Michael Jordan wouldn't have a league to go global. So you gotta thank them, but you also gotta give Michael Jordan his credit, man. Michael Jordan made the NBA crazy.
Destroyed players in different ways that made fans and even players in awe of them. So I gathered some of the legends and players' stories about how amazing MJ, Magic, and Bird were and put them into one video. Comment below your favorite moment or story from these three legends if you have one. So enjoy the video, man.
So I knew Michael Jordan was crazy.
All right, we get into Michael Jordan. So I gotta transform into my Michael Jordan fit. All right, so this ain't an actual Michael Jordan jersey, but this is a movie like Mike. I don't know if you ever watched it. If you haven't, then you have to go watch that. One of my favorite movies ever. But the movie is about Bow Wow, you know, becoming a super great player. And the name of the movie is called Like Mike. So this is the closest I had to it. I had some shoes, but y'all wouldn't have been able to see those. So here we is, man. I mean, here we are. Let me get my grammar correct. Here we are.
Michael's the most competitive person I've ever been around in my life. So me, him, Chuck Daly, and David Robinson go play golf one morning. We're playing Puerto Rico that afternoon. And so Chuck says, hey, guys, we played 18. Let's go. Michael said, I'm going to play another 18. Chuck said, we got a game tonight. He says, I'll be good. So we get to the game. This is how crazy Michael is. We get to the game, and he's like, hey, David, you got this guy. Charles, you got this guy. Scotty, you got this guy. Michael, you got this guy. Michael said, no, I got the point guard. He says, what?
He's telling the coach who he got.
He says, you don't want to guard the two guard? Michael's kind of leaning down. Michael looked and said, I said I got the point guard. He said some shit about me in the newspaper, and I'm going to get it.
Y'all know Jordan was always taking shit personal. I want to get a compilation of videos where he took something personal. Here go another one. Michael Jordan take everything. You could be like, hope you have a good day, Michael Jordan. And he'd be like, oh, he didn't say I hope I have a great day. So I took that personal. Like, Jordan is crazy, man.
And we're looking around like, uh-oh, this little kid in trouble.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing.
Oh, relax out there.
He played 36 holes of golf, and he's guarding this dude like it's game 7. And he's talking, don't you ever say my damn name again. I never want you to, I mean, and he's playing like, I was like, yo, man, we're looking like, I'm looking at Carmelo, and I'm like, yo, man, there's something wrong with this dude. Like, that's how competitive he was. He played 36 holes of golf, and this kid from Puerto Rico.
Chuck Daly. So this is a Jordan rule. Every time you go to the fucking basket, put him on the ground.
Jordan
When
rules.
he comes to the basket, he ain't gonna duck. We gonna hit you, and you're gonna be on the ground.
Jordan is still there.
We ain't trying to physically hurt Michael.
Jordan had no place to go. Robert.
How bad do you want it? Are you willing to be injured to score a basket?
When the Pistons want to make Jordan pay whenever he gets in the paint.
And then the referees back then didn't look to see if Michael was hurt or not. It wasn't make sure that the savior is okay. That wasn't the way it
Never
is.
joined to nobody because for him to survive that and still maintain that greatness is very unparalleled.
So Michael
What is
walking
Dennis
back.
Rodman saying?
I don't usually talk trash, but I had to.
I love this story.
So I said, Michael, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we gonna blow y'all out. Man, he started sweating. That tongue went long. You know when that tongue come out,
It's a problem.
he about to do something. Boy, that dude came out that timeout. He scored about 4 straight threes. Ooh. And I went, oh man. Then he came down. I gotta show you this one.
Don't hurt yourself.
I won't hurt myself.
Okay.
So he stole the basketball. He coming down the right side. He takes off. David Robinson coming this way. So Mike just cuffed. And he just looked at
In the air.
And he kept looking. He kept looking. He kept looking. He went all the way down, Jack. He did a 360.
Oh my God. Now a 360.
I said, that's it. That's it. It's over.
That's him.
It's over now.
That's him.
So he just looked at me too to let me know.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
It's your fault. And Larry Bird and I sitting down. So he come in with his cigar. Got his drink.
So how old is he right now? He's 26, 27?
Yeah, young.
Young
you know.
boy,
Yeah. So I just want y'all to know. There's a new sheriff in town.
Smoking cigars at 26 is crazy. I don't know if there's any 26-year-olds out there smoking cigars. If you smoke cigars, let me know the age you were when you started smoking. I can almost guarantee it wasn't 26, 27. Michael Jordan was just way ahead of his time.
Yeah. He said, it's my league now.
Yeah.
He said, MJ, you had your turn. Larry Bird, you had your turn. Now it's my league.
I love it.
And we all bow down.
Yeah,
You're right.
I finished with like 48, 49, somewhere in there, 26, something like that. But Michael fucking had like 55. Ooh. That motherfucker would not let me win that game. And I remember
20 though.
Yeah, I remember going home. When I got home, my daughter was upset. And I said, I had told her before, I said, ain't nobody in the world better at basketball than your dad, and we're going to win this fucking series. And I got home, she was crying. And I was like, she's Dad, I thought you told me y'all were going to win. I said, Christiana, I ain't never said this before. I think there's somebody better at basketball than me. You know? Because, you know, it's Michael and Larry and Magic. I says, I love it. Those guys are all great, but I says they're great because he has Kareem, he has James Worthy, Michael got Horace and Scotty, and Bird got McHale and Paris. I says, I know I'm just as good as those motherfuckers, but they just had more help. But I said, but going back to the 40-20 game, 24 game, I was like, I can will my team to win. But Michael, that night when I was like, this motherfucker ain't gonna let me win this thing.
That boy was
Like I
different.
said, like I had my 40-something and he had fucking 55.
What was going through your head when you...
Alright, so y'all let me know what's going on with Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan, because I'm hearing there's some beef between them two. I've been kind of covering a little bit of the Isaiah and Jordan beef because I'm actually curious and I like both of those players, but I also been hearing Jordan got a little beef with Barkley too, so I don't know what's going on with Jordan. I guess he's just not a likable person or something. But if you know a little bit of the reason why Barkley and Jordan don't like each other, let me know in the comments.
You saw MJ coming up on the schedule.
Oh goodness, man! You look at that shit when they bring out
What's
the
that?
schedule in the summertime when they put them goddamn schedules out.
What the hell is that?
And you put that damn mark on Chicago.
I didn't even know who you say that was.
The night before.
It looked like Michael Jordan in a Tubi movie.
Nights, man. That shit be rough. I mean, man, it's the thing about this shit, what you got to do tomorrow, and you don't want to get embarrassed, and you know this motherfucker don't know how to stop coming at you.
Hey!
He gonna just like you just keep coming and coming, and
Hey, yo.
keep that damn foot on your throat, man, and he just keep coming, and man, you just have to do some shit try to do some shit to him that nobody else ever did, to try to get him off his square. But shit, you know, you can't touch him. You can't do nothing to him, man. So, and man, I just tried to do a shit that nobody else would do to him. But Mike is Mike, man, the best player ever, man.
Oh, that's him right there.
I never thought I'd see nothing like that. Man.
Like
I used to see the bottom of that motherfucking tennis shoes, man. When that motherfucker take off, spin on me so quick, man, I used to be standing. I'd be like, oh shit, where is he at? That motherfucker be. Boom! I was like, oh Lord, I should try to run back my head there because everybody like, oh shit, and he come up behind you. You know, Michael, he's some like funny child shit. He gonna run up behind you, hit you on your ass like that. Man, don't put your hands on me. You're on a different jersey, man. You don't touch a different jersey. That's what he do to you, man. But Mike, man, is the best, man.
Y'all
Malcolm Jordan was funny.
Favorite players, like you know what I'm saying, like especially in that time period where y'all going at each other in the dunk contest, running up, back and forth.
Yeah, but you know, Jordan was a giant back then.
Dominique,
and even bigger now. You know, he was a giant, man. But he was.
I got a question for y'all. Was Dominique Wilkins more than a dunker? Because I've been hearing that a little bit. You know, as a guy that never grew up watching Dominique Wilkins play, I only seen dunking highlights. I don't think I've ever seen Dominique Wilkins shoot a three or a jump shot. So, but was he more than just a dunker though? Because I've been hearing he was. But like I said, I ain't never seen nothing else. So let me know.
He was fun to play against, and we had friendly rivalries, but we were trying to go at each other's throat, you know. And with Mike, if you
could have did a
lost
720 on
you
that.
can still hold your head up. I know he gave everything because they had a great team, and he was the engine that made them run. But you'll never see another guy like. I think the closest thing to him was Kobe.
Michael can beat you a lot of different ways. He can beat you mentally.
Always say, if you in tune with the channel, you already know what I'm about to say. But if you just your first time watching, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. You already know.
Beat you physically. He can guard you.
Bird gang!
I know in my time, he was better than all of us.
He's always been a clutch performer and one of the guys can take over late in the game, and that's what really made Michael Jordan so special. When the game was on the line, no one was better.
The thing that Michael Jordan doesn't get the most credit for probably would be the fact that he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player that ever lived. You know, if you look at all the highlights, you know, you see the dunks, and you see the jump from the free throw line. But when he's on defense, the correct hands in the passing lane. When he's boxing out, he turns the correct way. When he's in defensive position, he's weak side. He's on the right side of the ball. Like, he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player who was the greatest athlete.
I think what Kenny Smith is like kind of talking about as far as fundamentally sound, for some of y'all who don't really know what he mean by that, because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna just use my basketball knowledge to kind of dissect what he's saying. And basically what he's saying is, yes, Michael Jordan is the most athletic. Yes, he does. He has some things that, you know, being that good, you can kind of get away with doing certain stuff, but the fact that he was so fundamentally sound, meaning he did a lot of the little things still. Like sometimes when you're a super great athlete, you like, you know what, I don't have to, you know, put this hand right here, or I don't have to be super, you know, accurate with doing this. But it's like, no, every single thing Michael Jordan did was very fundamentally sound. It was very, very pinpoint. He didn't like cut any corners. Like he was just very, very, I'm trying to think of another word except fundamentally sound. Like he was just intact. Like he just did all the little things. So let me know in the comments if you can kind of explain what fundamentally sound mean a little bit more.
Most guys who are super athletic don't do that.
Exactly.
Me, that's the one thing he does not get credit for.
In the first game,
like no shortcuts on the court.
Heard about, and nice career down in North Carolina, Olympic gold medal, and we play Michael, and he just puts himself in and said, I'm going to play. Game starts, Celtics were just rolling, playing great. Celtic crowd, Boston Garden, just over the top, fantastic. At the end of the game, which the Celtics win handily, Michael has 49 points.
50 burger?
Kind of shrugged, and because other guys have scored many points in games where they lose. And so we're kind of in the locker room after the game and muttering amongst ourselves, well, he'll never do that again.
Jordan with 8 on the clock. Jordan ties the game. Oh, boy. 63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record. Oh, boy.
So in the locker room after this game, when he gets to 63 in our face, we look at each other and we say, you know, this guy's pretty good.
This guy's pretty good. I love Bill Walton, man. Bill Walton is one of those legends that you will never hear him hating on a player. Like he's gonna always, you know, give people their credit. And I love legends that do that because you need that. You need to hear how good these players are from people that were playing against them. Like I always, you know, hear like fans, you know, they're always talking shit about how the new age is trash and the old school players were so much better. And sometimes you don't really want to hear that. But hearing it from Hall of Fame players like Bill Walton that did so much in college, so much in the NBA, to hear him talk about players, it kind of give you that okay, y'all might be right. And Bill Walton still talk highly of LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and all these type players too. So that's why I got mad respect for Bill Walton, because he don't have to down players to like try to lift up his legacy, which I feel like some players do that. So shout out to Bill Walton.
You know, he was in retirement playing baseball. He asked Ryan Higgins to come to practice and just practice. You know, he wanted to play some basketball. He itching to play some basketball. He asked Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman said, yeah. So he came to practice. He was still in shape and all this and all that. But, you know, we thought he was rusty. You know, he wasn't going to. But he asked, you know, how good is this Sprewell kid? He's like, we was like, you know, he's good, but you know, I mean, he's not on your level. I mean, but you know, he's good. You know, he's an all-star. So it seemed like when we said he is an all-star,
he took it personally.
Like, kind of took him like, okay, let me see if he really is all-star. And oh my God, ooh wee.
I want to hear Sprewell tell this story.
It was him, Ronnie Cycling, and some other guys. You know, Ronnie was on our team, but he played with our guys. You could tell he was still the best in the world.
Never been dunked on. In 19 years, I could probably say probably only been dunked on like 3 or 4 times. But his arrogance, Michael Jordan, came baseline one time and tried to dunk on me. And it hurt my heart. But I had to flagrant foul him and lay him out. And when I went to shake his hand and pick him up, he said, don't ever help nobody up. And he bounced right back up. And I knew then why he was the best player in the game. It resonated with me later because Pat Riley once told me, you show other players respect by showing them none. So Michael Jordan was like, hey, we're on different teams. Yes, we're friends, we're fraternity brothers, we're on different teams, but when we're on this court, I don't know you, Shaq.
Larry Bird talked a lot of shit. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot that motherfucker jumper in your face.
We on to Bird now? Alright. Well, it was fun having my Like Mike jersey on, but it's time to switch into my Bird outfit. So let's get it. Yes, sirski. I know it's green, so it might mess up with the green screen, but oh well. Bird Gang, we here, man. If you're part of the Bird Gang, write something in the comments. You know, I got 100,000 views on a Larry Bird video. I've never gotten 100,000 views on any video, so shout out to my first ever 100K video, man. I'm gonna put that up on the thumbnail, or I'm gonna put it somewhere in this video, man, because that's a big accomplishment for me. 100K on a video, and I feel like it's only right that it was a Larry Bird video, man. So let's get into Larry Bird. Let's get it.
It's right there in that corner. And it's going to be your Christmas present. I'm going to wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit. He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They'll be always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah,
he was the shit.
He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Red hair.
And that's the glove. The glove, quote unquote, the greatest defender ever. Like, his name was the glove, for crying out loud. And that's how he explains Larry Bird. Like, he probably was even saying, like, yeah, I can't even do nothing with Larry Bird. So the fact that Gary Payton, aka the glove, the greatest defender of all time, arguably, is saying that about a player, we gotta respect it.
I'm gonna shoot it in your face.
He was a psychic. He wasn't a trash talker, he was a psychic.
I didn't even leave nothing on the clock.
We had a lot of athletes, man.
Can you tell us about the playoff series y'all had against Boston? Where tell us about the whole series, but tell us about the series all the way leading up to that game 7 where you and Bird was back-to-back buckets. And
you know what? We won game 5 in Boston. We was not supposed to win that game. You know, the critics say. So we knew going to game 6 and said, man, we could advance and we can beat these guys. And we blew our opportunity. And at the end of the game, we drew up a play, and it turned into a broken play. And Cliff Livingston went to back to left hand running hook. I was mad because the play was supposed to come to me, and I'm like, "Woody, don't break the play, bro." And so we ended up
give me the ball.
And after the game 6, Barrett made a prediction. He said, "Atlanta blew their opportunity. I'm guaranteeing to win in Boston." And we had to look at that, right? Big headlines. So I remember we get to Boston and we walk out of the locker room and I stopped. I said, we gonna win this bleep game. I said, if you ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war, don't come out here. I said, whoever guard me tonight gonna have a long night. Unfortunately, Bird was saying the same thing in other locker rooms to his teammates. So it set up for one of the greatest shootouts ever in the 7th game. And I remember he only had 12 points going in the 4th quarter. It was Kevin Willis, it was me and Larry. We would run down the court, and Kevin reached across me and put his hands, and Bird said, don't let this so-and-so score anymore now. I'm like, what you doing? You don't wake up a sleeping giant. And his eyes that big, man. I remember they took me out for a blow, and Kevin and Cliff Livingston came in the game, and he got hot.
These guys here.
Go out there. Stop. I'm like, stop him. He hot now. Forget that. That's the only thing I can do is try to match him bucket for bucket. And it was a shootout in the 4th quarter. It came down to the last shot. And it was a smart play by Danny Ainge because he tackled me at half court and feared that I would hit a 3 from half court to win the game. You know. And Bird had 22 going into that quarter. Actually had 22 in that quarter. But like I said, I think he ended up with 34 for the game. And, yeah.
But for our listeners, could you
12 points going into the 4th quarter and then score 22 in the 4th. That's crazy, man. It's not about how you start. This is a teaching point for this video. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish, man. That's the teaching point.
Walk us through.
But you already knew that though, right?
Fight with Larry Bird.
From
I
want to hear this.
It was like a little melee, you know, and interesting. I mean, Larry and I, we had a legitimate rivalry. You know, he came in after John Havlicek was there for many years, and John and I were friends. And Larry and I, it was Larry, Marcus Johnson, Adrian Dantley. And there were a few guys who were the heir apparent to my position, which is small forward. And so it was always tough, you know, playing against them because, you know, it seemed like they were next in line and they wanted to force me out. because I was the reigning small forward in the league, all-pro, first team, so on and so forth. So with Larry, it was evident that he could play big forward or small forward, and there was no limit to the things that he could do on the court. He just did it at a different pace than others, so he wasn't decided to be quick, but he was really adept in what he did, and I call him a complainer. So there are a lot of people call him a trash talker, whatever, and I wasn't really into trash talk, so I would say there he is complaining again, or whatever, and so we go down on offense. And I'm on defense, I'm on him. The call doesn't go his way. I immediately run down court because we got the ball now. So when I run down court, he is coming down court and he's coming like he's pissed. So I'm like, this is an exhibition game, isn't it?
It's not even a playoff game?
So I thought he was going to hit me. I mean, I really did. And I reached out and I just kind of tried to hold him at bay, and I had him like in this chest area. I guess my hand kind of slid up on his neck.
You think it slid up? I think it slid up to his neck. Like I don't. That ain't nothing you just think happened. You either go up there on purpose or you don't at all. But shout out to Dr. J though. Let's give him his flowers. I know this video isn't about him, but Dr. J, they said was the guy. Like. He was your favorite player's favorite player. So Michael Jordan is looked up to Dr. J. Like when that first athletic guy in the NBA who was like doing the stuff that we saw Michael Jordan doing, Dr. J was doing it first. So shout out to Dr. J, man, one of the greatest players of all time.
NCAA tournament still was the most watched NCAA finals game in NCAA history. How much did you know about Larry Bird prior to that game?
Well, Shannon, the summer before, they had the WIT tournament.
Okay.
And they brought all the best college players together.
Okay.
To play against the world.
Okay.
And man.
Okay.
I see this guy, blonde hair. I said, all right, let me see if he can play.
Okay.
Man, I'm sitting there watching him shoot, Shannon. He must have made 30 in a row all net.
He was Steph Curry before Steph.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there saying,
Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
This dude can play.
Okay.
So, brothers, we always say, okay, can the white dude really play?
Correct.
Right. So then I said, oh man, you're a bad boy.
Right.
Then we got in the game. Jack Gibbons was player of the year that year.
Right.
He tore him up.
From Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Because they won the national championship in 78.
Right. That same time.
Yeah, okay.
Man, Larry Bird was taking it to him. I said, oh, man. I'm calling back home saying, oh, he for real. This dude Larry Bird?
Right.
Oh, he got it. He played. He's dominating Jack Gibbons.
I mean, we knew what play when they called 4 down, 3 out, 33 seed. Whatever it was to get Larry open, we knew zipper, whatever. We knew where the ball was going to go.
It didn't matter
That's
though.
what made Larry larger than life, because he knew that we knew that he was going to get the basketball. And when he came off a down pick and they picking me and Kareem or Worthy, we stepped out on him. Larry always had. This is one thing I said. Larry never really talked to me. But one particular, in the 85, the 84 series, we're playing in the Boring. And this particular play down, was a timeout, and they're coming down, and Larry gets me at the top of the key, and he's walking me underneath his basket. He goes, Cooper, I'm ready to wear your ass out. What? Okay, I get down to my best defensive stance. He goes down the lane, he comes off the left side, and Robert Parrish sets a pick.
Great picker.
Comes off, and we knew the play. We knew what was coming up.
The Chief!
And Kareem was ready, and as Larry comes off the pick, shoulder to shoulder with Parrish, and I'm trailing behind him, he catches the basketball right about the elbow. And he gets the ball, and he goes up, and Kareem stops him from turning the corner. Larry catches the ball, he goes up in the air, and here I come. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to smash this shit, man. So I jump up, and I got my hand, and I don't know how Larry got this ball between Kareem and I. Because Kareem had his hands up. I'm coming with my right hand, and he hit a great pass. Like I said, I don't know how he got it to him. Hits Robert Parrish, before it rolls to the basket and Robert dunks it. And Larry looks over his shoulder at me and he laughs. He said, "I told you, motherfucker."
One thing I do remember now, this is right.
Alright, posture check, y'all. You right there that's watching. Just fix that posture. This is, like I said, this is a long video. So we can't be sitting here watching this video with a bad posture. It's not good for your back. It's not healthy. And trust me, you're going to thank me later. So let's get that back right, man. Sit up straight and let's finish the rest of this, 10 minutes of this video.
Practice is I'm making a backdoor cut, and Larry actually spun the ball. Like, I had never dreamed of spinning the ball. He back spun the ball, bounced out in front of me. I about pulled a hamstring because I thought the damn ball was going out of bounds. It popped back up and it hit me in my hands. He just said, "You get open, I'll hit you." And I went like, "Oh, okay then." I was like, that I do remember, because I remember thinking, I'm going to try that spin pass. I tried it once and said, I'm not doing that ever again. Like, I threw it out of bounds.
Off of the ball. Back to Larry Bird.
Hey, I dunked that. You got to dunk that shit. What movie is that from, y'all?
And Bird looks at me, and Kent Benson is guarding Bird. And Bird looks at me and he goes, "He's got no shot."
Who's Kent Benson?
Right to Benson as he was standing there, right? And sure enough, he gets it in on the left side of the court, takes it down to the baseline.
Here's Dennis, gets it in the Bird. Larry, a runner.
Soft. Just throw it up there soft. Give it a chance.
Knocks it down. They win by 1. He walks off. He goes, "I told you, you can't put him on me." He said, "You better get somebody else who can guard."
He said, "If you put a white person," he said, "If you put a white person on me, you're being disrespectful," which I think is some of the funniest shit Larry Bird ever said. How you gonna say somebody that's your own race is disrespectful by putting him on you? Like, I think that's hilarious.
It's on the jump, and he walks out, and he just stands next to me, and he leans over and he looks at me. And I didn't pay him any attention. He said, "Do you honestly think you gonna guard me?" Curse that. Like, what? I just didn't say nothing.
Yeah, just don't say nothing.
He stands up and he looks over at our bench and he looks at Cotton. "You all think this rookie gonna guard me? Man, I'm gonna bust you up just right in my ear." And I'm just looking forward. I'm like, and so by that time, all the guys on the floor is just cracking up, even my teammates. So I'm like, "Would this official please throw this ball up?" So the official couldn't throw the ball up because there was something going on the side. Well, then finally he walks around, stands in front. He said, "I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna wear your ass
He
out."
just kept talking.
And then I looked at him. I said, "I'm here. Don't worry about it." I said, "You ain't intimidating nobody." I said, "I'm from Chicago. Where you from?"
From
He
French
started
Lick.
laughing. Game starts, and he's just wearing me out. Okay? And I'm trying to go back at him. I'm shooting breaks. And in the fourth quarter he was in, it was late. Game was kind of close. And he came down, he said, "You talking all that junk. I bet you can't do this." And he raises up from Steph Curry range. And he shoots an air ball. And I look at him, he's like, "That don't matter. It's the fact that I can do it and stay in the game. I bet you can't."
Oh my God, I ain't never heard this story.
So
I've never heard this story.
Probably 14 years old when I met him, and you know, and he played with us. You know, so he was playing with the pros. You know, at 14, and
you knew.
Oh man, he was special then.
Oh, Magic? Alright, shout out to Bird Gang, man. Like I said, if you're part of Bird Gang, write something in the comments. Y'all know I had to have my hat on. But it's Magic time, so the last change for the last 5 minutes of this video, let's get into Magic time. Let's get into showtime. Let's get it. Okay. Y'all see it. This is my grandfather's jacket. He passed away 2 years ago. Yeah, like 2 years ago, and I went in his closet and saw this jacket that he had in there, so I was like, I have to take this jacket. Like, he got his name on it, Larry Henderson, 1987, 88 world champs. Like, I was like, dang, did my granddad play for the Lakers or something? But he was just a big time Laker fan, so he got this jacket made. So we here, man. But let's see what they gotta say about Magic.
Well, I mean, he's smart enough to get a whole lot of people the ball.
Right.
You know, I mean, that what made him magic. He understood how to win. He was all about winning. He made people around him better. He made people around him better at 14. So his potential was scary, and I think he reached his full potential in having a super career he had.
When you walk out of the locker room, here's this guy that's like, you know, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it on, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. So all of a sudden you got this college atmosphere with the Lakers because Magic brought all of that fear. He came in, man, he's pushing that ball up the floor, and we were like, we gotta run. And if you didn't look,
it looked like the Showtime Lakers was just having so much fun. And shout out to Winning Time. If you're new to the channel, yeah, I was a part of season 1 of Winning Time. I was about 12 different basketball players. Pretty much a lot of the teams that were playing against the Lakers, I was one on their team. And then for season 2, where we just shot it, it'll be out in July. I was a Lakers player. I was the double for Norm Nixon. I was playing him for the whole season 2. So shout out to Showtime era, man. That's why this whole 1980s Lakers team, man, it's special to me. It's definitely special to me, and I have the privilege to be in a TV show about it. So HBO, go check it out. Season 2 on the way.
look up, and he was like, look up, Woodhouse, hey! And the ball was right there.
When I went to the Great Western Forum, then watched Magic come down and do his thing, you know, and orchestrate his team and make them understand this way, this we gonna run this. And, I mean, I was in awe, you know, and Don Nelson, he had called a timeout and had to take me out the game because he's like, I hope you're not going awe and watching him and not really playing. I wanted to tell him, yeah, I mean, I need to sit down for a minute because, wow, it took me a half just to realize that I'm playing against Magic.
One time,
I'm playing against Magic.
The huddle, and I played
That's when your idols become your rivals. That's what they say about that.
against Magic a number of times, and Dennis Johnson always defended Irving and walked up to me and goes, man, is that guy strong or what? I know he don't look very strong, but he's pretty strong. And he goes, Jesus, some of the things that he does out here, he said, there's no way I can stop him. He said, but don't you ever tell him.
Don't you ever tell him. Pat Riley.
Right to the finals. And so we're playing in the pivotal series against the Philadelphia 76ers, and we're in game 5 at the Forum. And
Kareem gets
in the
hurt.
Quarter, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sprains his ankle, severely sprains his ankle, and has to be sort of not carried off the court, but really helped off the court to get to the locker room.
You see Magic, and you can see concern in his face.
And so we went on to play that third quarter, and then when Kareem came back onto the court in the fourth quarter, it was Magic and Kareem that teamed up for the winning basket to win game 5.
The fact that Kareem was able to come back after severely spraining his ankle, like he couldn't even play in the next game. But the fact that he was able to come back, I'm sure the ankle was super swole. So the fact that he came back and still won that game, I don't think they get enough credit. Yes, Magic did crazy in the next elimination game when Kareem didn't play. He had like 40, 10, and 5 or some crazy numbers. But the fact that Kareem was able to come back in that game 5 game, man, we don't get that enough credit. So shout out to Kareem.
But after the game, we found out that Kareem was finished probably for our final walkthrough before we played game 6, and Paul Westhead put him at the center spot. And I remember when we got on the plane to go back to Philadelphia, Kareem used to sit in first class in seat 1A. That was his seat. Nobody else ever sat in seat 1A.
Magic did?
It was an aisle seat. Gave him more leg room. And as soon as Urban got on the plane, he sat right in 1A. He said, you guys don't think we can win without Kareem? Well, I'm going to take his spot. I'm going to sit in 1A. And then when we lined up for the center jump in game 6, Magic went in and jumped center against Caldwell Jones.
A young man by the name...
Shout out to Magic, man. The confidence. It's the confidence for me.
Then after that game, 42 points, you know, 15 rebounds.
15
across
rebounds.
the masthead of the Los Angeles Times. It simply said, it's Magic.
Your idol
growing up was Magic Johnson, the guy you admired.
Damn, man, they
I
just
grew up
show my
watching
guy.
you, watching Bird, watching Michael, and I just always believed that winning multiple championships was part of, you know, being a great player. Like, that's what you had to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because that's what I just grew up watching.
No, I grew up watching Magic, and I've had, you know, I've learned so much from him. I can't sit here and be like, you know, I'm the greatest Laker ever. To me, he is. And I learned from watching you, so I just went out there and had fun.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. But you know, back in the day, you used to wear them little Daisy Duke socks all the way up here. You know, the afro. I got the afro going with the shorts, man.
Yeah,
cool.
Now they all the way over below your knees and everything.
Yeah, you get to hide those little toothpick legs. Without him,
You're the greatest.
I got to keep it real with you. Like I've stole so much from him. That my game wouldn't be complete without him.
You know, everyone when they was younger wanted to.
I'm actually surprised. Shout out to Brian, but we ain't gonna just we gonna pause it and let Kobe get his shine right now. But shout out to Kobe, man. I'm actually surprised that he said that he stole some stuff from Magic, because I don't really see the resemblance. Maybe just being in the Lakers spotlight, he probably stole some stuff on the way he kind of carried himself. But as far as game wise, I don't really see it too much. But shout out to Kobe, man. The fact that he just, you know, said that he wasn't the greatest Laker ever and gave that title to Magic, I think that's why you got to give it to Kobe. And Magic did the same. I feel like Magic said that Kobe was the greatest Laker ever. So you don't got to give yourself the title, man. If you are the greatest, other people going to say it.
Fly like Jordan. Wanted to
And I ain't no shot at nobody.
Passes like Magic. And wanted to shoot like Bird.
You can't get too close to Michael.
Let's see what Bron said.
No 3-1.
Stole so much from him. That my game wouldn't be complete without him.
You know, everyone when they was younger wanted to fly like Jordan. Wanted to dish, no look passes like Magic. And wanted to shoot like Bird.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul.
Well, not me. But
You're
got LeBron era, I'm sure.
Man, you talk.
I'm talking too much. And I'm missing what they saying.
Magic. And wanted to shoot like Bird.
You can't get too close to Michael. It's a foul. You're a foul and no one's man. You talk. I don't think you ever found out of a good. When do you ever found out?
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, what's your favorite MJ, Magic, Bird moment or story from this video? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang. And I'm out.
Great video. Probably my favorite video I think I've done in the last few months. Having all three of them in the same video is perfect. So like I said, this is going to be a super long video. I'm probably not expecting nobody to like watch this video just straight through. This is probably going to be a video that that take you like 2-3 days to actually watch. But I appreciate y'all for watching it with me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 3 great players. Like I said, these are the 3 players that I feel like kind of help my channel grow the way it's growing now. So shout out to these guys, shout out to you that's watching, shout out to all of y'all that's been supporting me. I appreciate y'all, and until next time, man, I'll see y'all soon. We out.